Welcome back, everyone. It is Saturday, May 4th, and the MLB R4 best bets are on the way. It's Austin, joined by Logan. You see he's out in Get Up. May the 4th be with you, Logan. But first, we must get into our MLB picks before we can celebrate a little bit of Star Wars Day. Hey, 4-2 day yesterday, very solid. We're on a 14-7 run. Been really scorched earth, the last few days. We can hopefully get that sweep one of these dang days. That would be awesome to really continue this momentum. But like I said, 4-2 yesterday, parlay of the day. We wrapped up a weekly parlay sweep. Doesn't get better than that. Astros money line, Blue Jays first five, Marlins, A's, Nerfy. Our only really loser was Reds money line, and Hunter Green 7Ks parlayed with Reds money line, which is just a half unit play. So really a 4-1.5 day, but we'll take the two losses on the chin and move on to today. Like I said, it is May 4th. It is Star Wars Day. I know Logan's amped up today. Hopefully we can continue our hot momentum. Go down below, hit that subscribe button for us. Logan, I'll let you lead things off with your first pick of the day. Where are you headed?
I'm heading back to the scene of the crime. Yes, I'm going to that Orioles and Reds game, and I'm getting vengeance today. I'm taking the over 9.5 plus 100 odds on BetMGM is your best value there. Now, yesterday, hard to win a game when you put up a big 0-run Cincinnati Reds. That one was tough. Obviously, the total closed at 9. Today, we see an even higher total tick up to 9.5, despite soaring under 3-0 yesterday. And you look at these two starting pitchers, and you're like, and they might not jump out to you that this is going to be an over game. But guys, I've kind of learned how to read Great American Ballpark. When you got a game that went soaring under yesterday, means they're sitting on some runs, and they're totally sitting on some runs. Orioles and Reds went a combined 2 for 17 with runners in scoring position yesterday. That's not normal for these teams. Baltimore is 9th in batting average with runners in scoring position, and Cincinnati is 13th in batting average with runners in scoring position. Both two offenses that are better than average, hitting guys home. Yesterday, they just were straight up poverty. There's going to be a lot more runs in this game, and it starts against Andrew Abbott, starting for the Reds. 3.27 ERA and a 1.12 whip. Abbott is more of a softing throwing lefty. The Orioles have been hitting lefties really well recently. I kind of pray for Andrew Abbott today. I think if you look at his numbers, it's not going to match up very well versus him. The Orioles are hitting 321 in their last 5 against lefties. They've seen a ton of lefties recently, actually, so they should be very, very dialed in on that angle. Abbott has also 7 walks in his last 3 starts. He allowed 2 home runs in his most recent outing. He's not entering this game in peak form. He's not that sharp recently, and that's kind of going to spell trouble against the Orioles today. I could see him getting tagged for 5+ earned runs. I could see a major offensive explosion from the Baltimore Orioles in this one. And speaking of Orioles, who's starting for the Orioles? It's John Means. This is his first start since September of last year. Obviously, John Means kind of injury prone in his career at this stage of the year. It's hard for me to look at this game and think John Means will go out there and be as sharp as some of the other starters who've had, 5-6 games under their belt. John Means is not obviously he doesn't have that. He could be walking guys. He could be missing locations. All that to say, I think the Reds get to him today. Means a solid pitcher, but he had a home run problem last year. 4 home runs allowed in 4 games pitched in 2023. I mean, that's just kind of when you're missing a ton of time, your location might not be there. And that's what results in home runs. And playing in Great American Ballpark, or as other people call it, Great American Small Park, that could be trouble for John Means today. He's also not a huge strikeout guy. I doubt he goes long into this game anyway. I mean, why would you want to push him, 6+ innings pitched? I don't think that's going to happen. It wouldn't surprise me to see a long reliever come in like Keegan Aiken, who could give them 2 to 3 innings pitched behind John Means. Keegan Aiken, a guy that I love to fade. If you know, you know. You just have to follow calling our shot for several years. I'm not a Keegan Aiken guy. That's okay. I think they get to him. After being cooked by Cole Irvin's ground balls yesterday, it was crazy. Every time the Reds would be up at plate, right ground ball to shortstop. The Reds will be more aggressive, obviously swinging 4 extra base hits today, but also more aggressive on the base path. I told you guys, the Reds are a very aggressive team. They will manufacture their own offense. If John Means is walking people, he will walk them into scoring position because they will steal second base. At home, the Reds are 8th in runs scored per game. And look at these 2 bullpens. Baltimore 12th in bullpen ERA, Cincinnati 18th in bullpen ERA. I just think there's going to be runs late in this game as well. I love taking overs at Great American Ballpark. Following a dud game, this is a system play. I love this one. But Austin, you got to pick for us. Where are you going?
Yeah, well, it is not a odds checker hit parlay of the day. We've been scorching hot on them, and it feels right to just run one back on a Saturday. I probably won't have it on Sunday when guys get rest days, but I really like these two hitters today. And I promise tomorrow I'm going to change of scenery. I will have something up in my background. I won't just be a blank slate. But let's dive into this one. Jose Altuve and Shohei Ohtani each to record a hit. Currently minus 107 on Bet365. You can take it on FanDuel if you want. Obviously, we always say we like to take those hit parlays away from FanDuel, only because if they maybe don't play and then they pinch it at the end of the game, FanDuel will grade it win or loss in that way, whereas a Bet365 will give you a void for one of these two guys. But I expect both of them to be in the lineup today, especially given their matchups. Now, we look at these two guys. They've been pretty good this year, and I don't mind Alec Boehm today. I just feel like his hit streak's eventually going to come to an end. However, for Altuve, he's rocking a little bit of a 5-game hitting streak. He extended his hit streak last night with a little cheesy bunt single down the line, which ended up giving the Astros the lead in the 7th inning. We appreciate his service. Today, he gets Logan Gilbert. And Logan Gilbert, he's been owned by Jose Altuve. Altuve, 10 for 24, hitting 417 lifetime. Versus Gilbert, 6 of the 10 hits are extra base hits. So he's tagging them. If you want to take the bases, you certainly can, but he's just really been able to hit well for him against him. Altuve hitting 348 on the season, 354 versus righties, 384 at home. He's just been super good. Astros offense finally start to kind of figure it out. You also look at Gilbert. What pitches is he throwing? He's throwing a lot of four-seam, sliders, and cutters. Altuve's batting average versus those pitches, 370, 346, and 375 this season. Look, I just think he'll be able to get the job done. I really think he'll be able to get us a hit today, Mr. Altuve. And once he gets it done, I have to wait a few hours for Mr. Ohtani to come up. But Ohtani, I mean, hard to really pick out a lot more hitters that you would want to trust with a hit parlay on the line. Did get walked twice yesterday. Still got the hit. He's hitting 336 on the season, and he gets to face a righty in Bryce Elder. Elder is a righty, like I said, and Ohtani's hitting 372 versus right-handed pitchers this season. And while they don't have any history against each other like Altuve and Logan Gilbert does, I don't really think it's going to be an issue today. Elder, his pitch mix, he's throwing 4 pitches. It's slider or sinker, then slider, then changeup, and then four-seamer. I think he throws the four-seamer less than 15%. Ohtani's batting average versus those pitches, 381, 360, 417, and 344. Elder, have some fun with that, buddy, because I just don't see a good start coming here for Mr. Bryce Elder. He doesn't, hopefully he doesn't walk Ohtani. Ohtani, I like backing him because not the highest walk percentage guys, whereas you got Mookie and Freddie, who I swear they go out there just searching for walks, but Ohtani wants to swing the bat, and he'll chase at some pitches, which I would prefer a walk, or prefer him chasing and striking out than walking. That's just my personal preference, but look, I really like Ohtani to get his job done. Jose Altuve and Ohtani both record a hit or hit parlay of the day. You don't have to go to odds checker for it today because we don't do those on the weekends, but those will return on Monday. This doesn't count towards the odds checker hit parlay counter. We're still going to say we're 5 straight there, but I really think Ohtani and Altuve deliver us a winner. But Logan, speaking of players, you got a hit prop for the people out there today. Which hit are you backing?
Yeah, I'm also backing a guy that's on a hit streak. I'm taking Ozzy Albies of the Braves over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs plus 100 odds on DraftKings is your best value. Now, if you don't have DraftKings, that's also available on BetMGM. So enough of the market does have this bet. I can comfortably place it. DraftKings is my favorite book to place baseball bets on, by the way. If you don't have this, if you don't have HRRs at all and you want a pivot of what I would look at, I would take Albies 1+ hit and maybe an alt over in this game. Or you maybe pair Albies with another hitter that you like. Just get creative. I like Albies to get a hit. I still think there's going to be a lot of runs and scoring in this Dodgers game as well. So that's why I do kind of like an alt over. But you look at Ozzy Albies. I mentioned a hit streak. He's on a 15-game hit streak. He was in our odds checker parlay of the day yesterday for good reason. That's second longest in Major League Baseball. Today, he does have a tough matchup on paper against Tyler Glasnow. But Glasnow, the reason I'm targeting him is because he's not as good against lefties as he is righties. Targeting lefties against Glasnow was actually something I did last year a few times with hitter props, and it paid off pretty well. Albies is hitting 333 in his last 5 games against righties. He's seeing right-handed pitching really well. Obviously, you know Ozzy Albies is a switch hitter, so he sees looks from the left and right side of the plate. He's been crushing right-handed pitching. Glasnow is allowing a 632 OPS to lefties compared to only a 487 OPS against righties. That's where his weakness is. For whatever reason, the way his pitches break, they break a little bit better to left-handed bats. And that's why I normally do target lefties against Tyler Glasnow. Always hasn't seen Glasnow a lot. There's not a huge familiarity there. He's 0 for 5 against Glasnow, but does that mean he's due? Yes, that does mean he's due. I like the pitch mix Glasnow throws and what Albies is going to see as well. Glasnow throws the fastball, slider, curve, 3-pitch mix, really. Albies against those pitches, 360 against the fastball, 100 only against the slider, and 300 against the curve. So if I'm Ozzy Albies up there, I'm sitting fastball. I'm hoping he throws me some fastballs because I've been absolutely obliterating fastballs. Now, if he goes off speed with the sliders, maybe Ozzy Albies doesn't hit that as well. But I still think there's going to be a lot of hit opportunities for him. And Albies is under the HRR in 2 straight games. But prior to that, he was over in 3 straight. And I obviously, given his hit streak, that does make you feel pretty comfortable that there should be 1 on the board. Then the question is, can he get another hit, run, or RBI? And he gets a ton of those opportunities with the Braves bats behind him. Obviously, you've got Olsen and Riley directly behind him. But you also have a lot of RBI opportunities with how deep the Braves lineup is. When he comes up in the order, either Acuna could be on second base, or there could be some of the bottom of the lineup that's already on base. It could have maybe a sac fly opportunity. There are a lot of ways to cash this HRR prop for a guy like Ozzy Albies. I love him today to get us that. And I'm getting plus 100 on it. I'll take that all day long. Austin, you know what time it is.
It's Nerfy Nation time, baby. The rock music's going. We're waving the flags, and we need 6 outs. We need them in the worst way. Yesterday, footy's pretty sweat-free. We had to sweat through Ryan Weathers throwing like a 30-pitch inning, but there's only 1 guy on base. I swear, man, we would love an easy one these days. But hey, yesterday was pretty easy. We'll take that all over again. No one's surprised here where we're going to our favorite Nerfy of the day because we're going right back out the Marlins and Athletics one. We're taking the no run first inning over there. It's a little bit more juice than the minus 111 today, but minus 125, we certainly will take that any day of the week. The no run first inning. Like I said, we don't normally recommend betting the tie, but if you want to bet the tie, you obviously can. Although I don't expect both these teams to score in the first inning. I think one of them scoring is enough, fluky enough. Now, let's talk about who's going to get the bump for the Athletics today. It's going to be Paul Blackburn. He's going to have to hold it down for us. He's been not great in his last few starts, but he's coming in here 5-1 on no-run first innings. And also, you just look at him 3-0 at home, coming back home. I like him to do his thing. The Marlins, if you look at them on the season, 4th and first inning runs. They have only, but you look at their home and road splits, they've averaged 0.95 runs in the first inning at home. That drops near a double. It gets cut in half, more than that. Only 0.43 on the road. They also just dealt Luis Arraez yesterday. I don't know what the heck the Marlins are doing, but there can't be a lot of confidence building in that dugout. So I really think Blackburn will be able to dial it in, get us those first 3 outs. Who's going to take us home in the bottom half of the inning, Logan?
Yeah, Trevor Rogers, take us home. Cash this Nerfy for us. Rogers 5-1 on Nerfies this year. Really solid. 2-0 on the road as well. You like to see that. The A's 26th in first inning runs. The A's are struggling versus lefties, as we talked about yesterday with Weathers. This is a bottom 5 offense against left-handed pitching. Really, it just comes down to, can we get Ruiz out? They call him Este Ruiz. Can we get him out? Because if we get him out, I feel really, really good about this Nerfy, and he's not trying to steal second base. I think Nerfy Nation, we're going to cash back-to-back. Let's fly the flags.
Let's get another Nerfy winner, and let's have a great May the 4th. But, Logan, I have one trivia question for you. Maybe I'm trying to help you out with some reverse jinxing. There is one team this year that has not scored a first inning run on the road this year. Any clue who it is?
Oh, gosh.
Trying to help you out. One of your picks that involves.
The Orioles?
Yes, the Orioles are the only team that has not scored a first inning run on the road. So hopefully they break that tradition today. That would be a great start to our over in that game. But those are our favorite picks of the day. You see them scrolling down below on the bottom of the screen. You guys have a wonderful Saturday. Our NBA video should be live right after this one. So go check out that one. It's only one game on the NBA. So go tap into that. You guys have a wonderful day. Let's hopefully turn that 14-7 run into an 18-7 run. How's that sound? Let's have a great Saturday. See you guys back again tomorrow with some more picks on a Sunday. We'll see you then. Peace.